Good morning, my name is Villiers. I'm a third year Commerce and Law student at Curtin University. This is a reflective video reflecting on the past 3 years I've spent at Curtin, what I've learned, what I'll take out of it as life lessons, what I wish I learned, what I wish I did differently, and career plans for the next 5 years, as well as a message to my future self. First of all, a unit we did was called Enhancing Your Business Mind, a really good unit. I would say that unit should be taught perhaps a little bit earlier in someone's degree, maybe even in the first year, as it really sets out good ways to get employment. There is the employability tool, however, this unit I think should totally replace that, purely because it physically tells you, well, Stefan told us how to actually be successful in a resume, and it resonated with me how we were always taught resumes, put your best accomplishments on there, what you've done from the start to the end, but now in this course this year I learned no one actually cares about that, no one looks at it, and if you just look the same as everyone else on the candidate list, you'll most likely not even get looked at. So one of the things I learned with that is, even if you have a skill or you've been in a team, instead of saying I've been in a soccer team for the last 5 years, you can say, as I've been in a soccer team for the last 5 years, I know what good leadership is, I know what teamwork is, I know how to communicate, I can take instruction, and I've got a good work ethic, instead of just saying the basic things that everyone else says. One of the other things is agile thinking. It was a seminar we did, and it made me think a fair bit, purely because the ability to think on your feet, to adapt, to overcome challenges that come up is a really good useful skill, and that's what employees look for, I guess, in the workplace. Not only are you able to overcome challenges, you can benefit and think for yourself, progressing yourself in your career, not just being stagnant and idle, taking instruction. You physically go out, think for yourself, progress yourself. That's one of the other things that I learned in Enhancing Business Mind, is the difference between a job and a career. I always thought they were just interchangeable words. Little did I know that there's actually a big difference. As Stefan put it, a job is something which is good, but you don't progress in that. You just stay there, told what to do, as with most jobs, but you don't go out of your way to progress yourself. Whereas a career, he put it in an example of, I think it was Mercedes and Coca-Cola. With Mercedes, you have to wait before you get promoted, maybe 10 years, 5 years before you get to the position above where you are now. There's no guarantee, or there is a guarantee of it, but there's no promise of someone leaving earlier and you can go in and take position earlier. Whereas a career, there's no such a structure. You physically have to go out, present yourself to whatever opportunity presents itself, be it the boss, the manager, the CEO, and make your own opportunity, or even just take the opportunity that presents itself. Tell them that you're suitable for the job. Learn if you don't know what to do. That was another really good thing. There was a lady, we were shown a video of a lady who gave a really good tip. She said, especially for law graduates, don't say no to any opportunity. Take every opportunity that you can get, even if you don't have the right qualifications, or you don't have the right knowledge, or you don't feel like you have the right skills for it. Go out, say yes, take the job, take the opportunity, and then work your butt off to prepare yourself for whatever task you said yes to. There's no one's going to look down on you for not doing it because someone will, but you're the only one responsible for it. But that's the only way to learn, is to fail and try again, I guess. For my career plan, I've got a few things that I plan on doing in the next 6 months and then next 5 years. In the immediate 6 months, after this course finishes or this unit finishes, I've still got 6 months left until I graduate in November. However, I'm already looking at internships just to see what the daily life and actually what I'll be doing in the field of commerce and law once I do graduate. So I'm looking at doing that for a little bit. I'm also looking at doing getting my coxswain license so I can go up north, drive boats for. Consulting the results of the employability tool that I did, or contrasting the results from the first week to the last week, I don't see too much of a change. They both show quite strong signs of myself having an ethical, cultural and social literacy, basic literacy and occupational literacy, as opposed to the rhetoric and emotional. However, I did see a shift between rhetorical, personal and official literacy, as well as emotional literacy. I think I can attribute those shifts towards critical thinking, based on my critical thinking and my logical reasoning for decision making. But I really think that the tool, employability tool, is a really good tool to use. I wouldn't say it's amazing. Being honest, I don't think I would actually have used it if it wasn't presented in this course or my other courses. But I would definitely recommend enhancing your business mind in place of it, just because I learnt more from the actual unit. In wrapping up this presentation, I'd like to just touch on the points that have been spoken about. So I'll definitely be taking these life lessons with me and carrying them with me for the rest of my life, taking them into the workplace that I'm going to go into. Those being the agile thinking, the presenting myself better in a more confident, clearer and more concise way when presenting for whatever reason, going out, making use of opportunities, creating my own opportunities, meeting new people. I'm definitely going to go to more networking events, trying to make connections, put myself out there, not be as complacent as what I was in university, which is not a bad thing, but definitely not favourable. And I think definitely people are going to look at that in a resume. I'll definitely also recommend that this unit be taught earlier in someone's degree, or anyone's degree really, purely because it made a big difference for me in terms of knowing the difference between a job and a career, actual employability, knowing how to do the resume where you're not just listing your skills being all boring, same as everyone else, but actually looking at yourself, looking at experiences, what you've done before, and applying them to the job that you're looking at doing. So thank you very much for your time, and hope to see you soon.